All right, so we have a little problem. Hey there, my name is Yami. I am your Latina next door. Welcome back to mi casa. So we're here in the kitchen, and this is a testament that no matter how much you plan and recheck your design for something, there's always a potential for something to go wrong. And it did. It did. And now I have to find a solution. So you guys know that I designed this kitchen from scratch. I didn't have a designer or a builder telling me this is how you need to do this is the dimensions of this, or even this is what you need to check for. And honestly, this is something that happened due to the fact that, this is my first time doing this. And even though I did the best that I absolutely could at the time with all the pressure that I was under to make sure that everything was good for me and what I needed, you know, it happened. I made a mistake and I didn't catch something that I should have caught, right, for the design of the kitchen, specifically the island. Okay, so here we have the island. And this entire island was supposed to be in line with the cabinets behind it. So the center of the sink right there would have been in the center of the stove, right? And it absolutely was. That part was right. But here's the deal. When I got the plans back with all of the measurements of the final cabinetry selections, this looks fine. We have these 4 cabinets that are right here. We have these right here. Everything looks good. And in totality, the measurements from one end to the other is the same as the front, where we have the sink, the dishwasher, and the cabinet for the trash cans. Now, this doesn't look bad. If you're looking at it from, superficially, it doesn't look bad. It's like, okay, we have the sink, we have the dishwasher, and we have the trash can cabinet on the side. But since I'm not a designer and this was my very first time doing this, what I didn't catch was that this cabinet right here is a lot smaller than the opening for the dishwasher. So the dishwasher opening is 24 inches, and then there's a spacer that goes on that side that's supposed to hold the side panel to cover it up. That's about 27 inches. That actually does say 27 inches. This cabinet right here is 21. So when we put this in, the center of the sink was 6 inches over. So when we laid the island in, based on the measurements and everything that we had originally, drawn out and selected, we put it in, and what happened is that the sink was actually off center, because if we line this line up with the center of that, it was shifted over this way 3 inches. And then the sink, if we lined up the sink to the center of that wall, it was shifted over this way. And so the line right here and where the hole for the sink faucet was going to come out of was like out of whack. It was not centered. So unfortunately, the sink was not going to be in the center of the island. And obviously everything was ordered, everything was here, and we had a serious situation to deal with because this was not lining up. So at this point, we were in a conundrum, because if we ordered brand new cabinets to fix this entire situation, it was another 8 weeks of waiting. Not only that, it was going to be an added cost, obviously, because you have to get brand new cabinetry. So we really had to put our brains together and figure this out, because we had to make up for the fact that we needed to center the space to that one. And if you notice right here, we already lined them up. That's the center of the sink, and that's the center of these cabinets. But look what it does right here. It brings in the cabinets in this way. So this is no longer even right here. And while there's going to be a panel that covers everything on this side, you're still going to have a gap there. All right, so there's that situation. So by scooting the cabinets down 3 inches the way they're supposed to line up with the actual center of the sink, that aligns with the center of the stove, then we're bringing the cabinets out this way. But we are 6 inches off in total because that one's 27 and this one's 21. So not only do we have to add another 3 inches here, and we do have a temporary spacer. This spacer is what we're going to get to fix the situation on this side, but this actually belongs to another cabinet in another part of the kitchen. So it's going to come out this far, but over here is where the big problem is, because this right here has to come out 6 inches. And there are no cabinets that are 6 inches width in this line. There's just nothing that they make. So right now the situation is, what's gonna happen here? I can't leave this open like this. And again, another panel is gonna go on the end of this. We already have the panel because we have to make it look like one continuous piece of furniture, but we have to build this out. So we explored all our options, and the best option, to be quite honest, was adding a 6-inch spacer on this side. I mean, that's a pretty big spacer. And you're probably thinking, okay, could you have put built-in somehow? Could you have, tried to find a skinny cabinet somewhere? The problem is with that is that we weren't going to be able to match the exact stain that's on these cabinets because these were all stained at once. So it's not like I could have built like a bookshelf or anything in this section because it just wasn't going to be the same color. And again, the cabinet maker does not make any kind of cabinetry or any kind of nook or anything, any filler that would have had something that was useful for this small of a space. So again, we're going with a 6-inch spacer here. And in my mind, the only thing I can do in order to make it look like it's intentional and it doesn't look like there's a spacer there is I'm thinking I'm going to end up putting like a couple of hooks on here on this side for like my dish towels or maybe like a small apron or something. That way I can disguise it as it was intentional and it won't be as obvious that it was just a design flaw. Obviously, with the trim that's going to go around and the countertop, everything, I think it'll all work out. But, this was something that just so happened, and we weren't going to be able to catch it until we were here actually putting the cabinetry together. And then I noticed, wait a minute, the centers are off on this. I think we've come up with a decent solution for it, but for a minute there, we were kind of freaking out because, this was something that we did not foresee. And I did not, see us having to build an entire island after I worked so hard to get it to where we had it, And so the good news is that even with all of those adjustments still needed to be made, we were able to work with the countertop company to come in and do the actual measurements of the final island size. So they understood what had happened and we were able to work with them on that. But this was probably something that, made us sweat a little bit because it was a little bit of a challenge. I don't know, babe, do you want to say anything about this? He's been listening the entire time.
Yeah, the only thing I really had to say is, if we had paid attention to the centers, and what we're doing is probably the most cost effective option. Because, like, yes, you could order a whole bunch of cabinets, but like time and the additional cost versus getting some spacers that aren't really that expensive, then we're gonna make it work. And that's what a farmhouse is, isn't it? Is everything perfect? No, and if it is, then you don't have a farmhouse. You have what is it? What's the new buildings? The contemporary buildings that are everything's square box.
It's
Everything's
boring.
perfect,
It's
right? So
boring.
it's like, if there's a mistake here or there, it's like it's okay. It is what it is.
Well, I mean, I think now we're okay, and it is what it is. For a minute there, we were sweating. We were not. I know I was, and I felt really bad that I completely. I did. I felt really bad that I completely made that mistake, and then it went over my head, especially when I went through those plans over and over and over again. But again, it just goes to show you that no matter how detail oriented you are, I mean, things can, fly under the radar like that. I mean, I'm very happy though that we always, and this is true, we always have an attitude of we're going to figure it out. At least I do. I know that there's always going to be a creative solution to something, and he's always the guy to help me, pull it off. I
I'm
think
not that
that's
good at
I
it.
think that's where the magic comes in. But no, and this really was something again that it did stress me out because to me this is supposed to be the kitchen of my dreams, and I don't want to have to look over next to the trash can bin every single time and go, ugh, I really messed up. But I think that we can come up with something that'll make it look like it was intentional, right? And I can live with it. And like he says, it adds a little bit of charm because it's not perfect.
It's a funny story to tell, like forever. Hey, do you remember when I didn't do this? Now we look at this every time.
I think I could live with a
Yeah,
6-inch panel more than I can live with an offset faucet and cabinet
that's what
center.
she said.
I
I
can
can,
I can live with this. I can live with what, 6 inches?
yeah, you can live with 6 inches.
I can
Well,
live
most
with
people, that's a well above average. I mean, to deal with that, it's like, well and above. Actually, most people would be happy with something smaller, but the fact that you're getting six, it's like, who? I mean, how else could you complain about that?
leave it to Nelson to take this conversation on a totally different trajectory. I mean, that's just how it is in this house. So, yeah, I wanted to share this mistake with you all again, just so that even we make mistakes like this and it's okay. There's always a creative solution. There's always something you can do. And, I can't wait to show you how it turns out and, how it ends up looking at the end because, I think, again, we figured it out. We're waiting on those little additional pieces to come in so that we can build out the ends of the inches. So we stop. So we can build out the ends of the island and then cover them with the panels that we already do have that are the same color as the island. And then hopefully at that point, you will not be able to tell that there was a mistake made. We're going to do our very best so that we can camouflage that and everything looks intentional. Do you have anything else to add?
You show them the hood vent, like look how, like stand under the hood vent. Look how big that is.
It's huge. Like it really is really big.
That's what she said.
So one more thing before we let you guys go. Nelson did want to share all about the refrigerator because we have been waiting how many years to have this refrigerator again? I think it's been like 10 years because Natalia was about 3, right? When we bought it. So when our oldest was 3 years old and we lived in our very first home that we bought together, we had purchased a Samsung refrigerator and we fell in love with it. And I'll let Nelson explain why. So Nelson's going to do the Vanna White situation here, and he's just going to be the model.
So this is not a sponsored post.
No, not at all.
Like,
he loves this thing.
I know it's like 4 different doors. So you have top, 2 different doors, left, right, bottom, 2 different doors. So you have access to all of it. But one of my favorite things or favorite features was the fact that there's 2 different freezers. So you can have your meat on one side and your desserts. I mean, who does not have a sweet tooth? And when you have your stuff, your meats and freezer, or your meats and sweets in one, compartment, stuff can smell kind of funny. But like here, it's like you have all your meat, chicken, beef, or whatever, vegetables. And here you have all the good stuff, like your ice cream, popsicles, ice, or whatever you desire. But that was my favorite feature, was the fact that you can separate the food out between one side and the other. And they're flex zones too. So like, let's say you're not a sweet person, it's like, you can kind of make that into a beer fridge. Because like, you don't have to turn it all the way down to freeze. It can be like your cool beverage fridge. We don't have to worry about that because we're gonna have a separate beverage fridge. But at the time, we didn't have the ability to have a beverage fridge, so that's why I loved it because it's like cool. Our freezer stuff here, and this is my stuff that I enjoy in this week.
And you may be thinking that there's not a lot of extra space in the freezer and stuff. It's okay because in our butler's pantry, we're going to have our deep freezer anyways. So we're not worried about like having a ton of freezer space in our main fridge anyways. Again, we just love the fact that there's 4 doors. You can regulate the temperature differently on either side. And I personally don't like the drawers that pull out. I don't like those type of freezers because things get stacked up on top of each other and sometimes you forget what you have. So he's excited about the fridge.
I mean, you don't get this big by not eating.
So we're losing light right here. So we're just going to have to finish this video now. And we will see you guys back here in the next one. Until then, adios.